It's halfway through the year. We're going to reassess our comic collecting goals for 2022, and we're going to unbox some recent mail call. Up next on this video from Bronzeville Comics. Hey there, everyone. This is Jim from Bronzeville Comics coming to you with another video. And I'd like to thank everyone for supporting the channel. It's been really great. We've been going for a little over a year and having a lot of fun with it. Having a lot of fun just diving headlong into comic books. I have them everywhere. And we're trying to take a look at where we sit halfway through 2022. In the meantime, like, comment, subscribe, do all that great stuff. Follow us on Instagram at Bronzeville_comics. Follow us on Whatnot at Bronzeville_comics. Every Monday night at 10 o'clock, we do a Whatnot sale, 10 o'clock Eastern. This Monday night, it's going to be Marvel Magazine Monday, where we're going to be selling a lot of Savage Sword of Conan. And then also my eBay store, the link is in the description below. I talked about, in January, I did a video on kind of my goals for 2022. And one of them was selling, which I've been doing a little more consistently online, and Whatnot has been allowing me to do that. And also organizing. And I had talked about my personal collection, which I kind of got stalled in the SOs, and I haven't done anything about that since. But I also talked about some of the books that I wanted to get this year, and I've added to that list as the year's gone on, and I came up with kind of a top 10 list of books that I wanted to add to my personal collection this year. Let's run them down and see where we are. First off, it's Batman number 139, the first appearance of Betty Kane as the original Batgirl. And partially because I'm trying to work my Batman collection lower in numbers. I'm in the 140s. I have every issue from like 147, I think, forward. So I'm trying to work back into the 130s, and the natural book to get there, the big book from that particular era, is 139. Don't have that yet. This is not one of the books I'm in a real rush to get based on the market, because I don't think Betty Kane will be appearing in a movie or a TV show. Batgirl is Barbara Gordon, and we've had other Batgirls since. Betty Kane is a character of the past, let's say. Number 2 on the list, and this is a book I've added during the year, and I've talked about it in several videos. That's Flash, number 110, the first appearance of Wally West, the first Kid Flash, and also the third Flash. West took up the mantle of the Flash after being Kid Flash for about 27 years or something. He graduated to the Flash after Barry Allen apparently died during the Crisis on Earth, Infinite Earths miniseries, and then they rebooted the Flash series with the new number 1, Wally West. Wally West was the Flash basically from the mid-'80s until about 2009, when they brought Barry Allen back. And with all the problems that Ezra Miller has been having, the possibility of recasting another Barry Allen, another possibility is just having the Flash be Wally West. But that's a hard book to find, and I was so close to getting one. I was following an eBay auction. It was I think it was a CBCS slab and a 4.5. You could see the back cover was dirty. It had never been cleaned, and the price was really good. The listing ended at like, I don't know, 11 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday or something. And it was actually at the pool, and I was about to snipe it, and I hit my final bid, and my phone just made a circle, and then my bid wasn't entered, and the book went for more than $100 less than I was willing to bid on it. So a little bit of FOMO there. Number 3 on the list, and this is a book I've been wanting since last year, and it's Hawkman number 4, the first appearance of Zatanna. This is a book that has continued to stay pretty hot and has eluded me. Not the best cover, but I do feel that DC is going to do something with Zatanna, and this is a book I want. I also have a fairly decent run of the Silver Age Hawkman series, so this would be the most difficult book to get to complete that series. Number 4 on the list, House of Secrets number 92, the first appearance of Swamp Thing. And this is another book, really one of the biggest DC books of the Silver Age. A hard book to get in high grade because of the black cover. Also, House of Secrets is more of a niche book and not collected as readily. The horror anthology was not collected as readily as some of the superhero titles. So it's a little bit more difficult to find. Number 5 on my list. I'm so far over 4. Now we're going to be over 5. And that's Leading Comics number 14. This is the only book I need to complete the run. Nothing particularly special. It's the last issue that contains the 7 Soldiers of Victory before Leading Comics became a funny animal book. But I have the first 13 issues of the series. Would love to get 14 to complete the run, but I'm looking for the right book. And it's a Golden Age book, so it doesn't come around that frequently. Number 6 on the list. Oh, for 6 now. And it's the only Marvel book on the list. It's Marvel Spotlight 5. First appearance of Ghost Rider. The reason for this is 1972 was the year I started collecting comic books, and one of my collecting niches is collecting every DC comic from 1972. I'm probably about 75%, 80% of the way there, and mostly just filler issues I need. Mostly war books, romance, some humor books, and a couple of assorted titles. I have all the DC keys from 1972, and I have all of the Marvel keys, except the biggest one, Marvel Spotlight 5. So that's a book I'm looking for on the right deal. Another eBay thing, like I saw it listed on eBay for a ridiculously cheap price in a new listing. And as I was checking, and this happens every once in a while, is this real? And I was checking it, somebody else said, yeah, that's real enough, and they grabbed it. It would have been, I forget the numbers, but it would have been an amazing deal, well below fair market value. Those things happen. Number 7 on the list. Finally, one of the ones that I acquired, and that was Strange Things. I'm sorry, I just have been catching up on the first 3 seasons of Stranger Things with my daughter, who's never seen it, and she absolutely loves it. So, Stranger Things in the Mind. Strange Adventures. Number 180, the first appearance of Animal Man. And I did manage to get this in a 7.0 CGC slab and was real happy to get that. Next on the list, in number 8, another book that I've gotten, another Strange Adventures book, Strange Adventures 205, the first appearance of Deadman, and I've actually acquired 2 copies. Both will be submitted eventually to CGC, and I'll keep the higher one. Number 9 on the list, another book that I've acquired twice, and that's Shazam 28. And I think I got pretty good deals on this, considering we're really close to the Black Adam movie. I want to get those both graded. One I know is going to grade higher than the other. That'll be the one I keep. The other one I'll probably look to move. So that's 9 books. I have 3 of the 9. So I'm going to go through the mail call. What I picked up came, I think this is all, or both of these are Whatnot books. And so let's take a look at what we have here. And then we're going to go into the final book, which is one of the books that's been on my list. A couple of other books that I look for. I picked up actually the first Nubia. I kind of wanted that. I picked up the Showcase 72, the first Dolphin. Kind of wanted that, but those didn't quite make my top 10 list. The books are real close to the packing tape on this side. Let's see there. And there. Let's see. There we go. Oops. Okay. These are, yeah, this is a series that I'm a collector of. And these are all Whatnot buys. Actually, these are the only Whatnot buys. The others are eBay. This is a collection or a run I've been trying to collect. I got Adventure Comics 271. And if I can get that in focus, what are we going on here? Yeah. Superboy's first duel with Luthor. So this is when Superboy was the lead. These are all in the 270s, 273. That's pretty cool. And 276. Okay, kind of a static cover there, which is not uncommon for Silver Age DCs. I paid a little bit more for some of these than the others. I paid a total of, was it $64 for those 3 books. Felt that was a pretty decent deal because I've been trying to complete that run. The next thing I have is it's a capacity book mailer. This came from, yeah, this came overseas, so it was actually shipped overseas and came from Edison, New Jersey to me. I had to go through a little, this was eBay, a little bit of a rigmarole because, and I had an issue, I had to ship multiple books to a buyer in Canada. And this, I was a seller of multiple books from England. And the global shipping program that eBay runs, which generally speaking is really good. Basically, you ship the books to a site in Kentucky. Oh, look at this, well packaged, I must say. Bubble wrap in a brick. Basically, you ship the books to Kentucky, and then they take care of the shipping overseas. So, as the seller, you don't have to handle a customs form and all that sort of thing. But they can't combine shipping, it seems. That's not an option. So what had to be done is the seller had to recreate cancel all the orders, recreate a buy it now listing for an incredibly high price, and then I agreed to the previous the value I had paid for all 3 books. So I think it was like 50. Well, that was the one I shipped out. I know it was 50-some odd dollars. This is exceedingly well packaged. Really keeping these books in great condition. And I've kind of lost track of the exact issues of Adventure Comics that I bought because I've just been picking them up as I see them. And a lot of tape here. Sorry about that. Lets me just blather on. Okay, here we go. So, I don't even remember how many books I bought. There are plenty of books here. Let's see. Some painter's tape here that I can remove. There's like there's more than just a little handful of books. Like, I thought it was, oh, you know what it was? That's right, it was 3 3-book lots that I bought. So I think there are 9 books in total in here. These are all PC books. And so, let's see. All in the same general era as the other book I picked up. So here we have, and these are all Pence editions. They have a little stamp on them, which is pretty cool. 269. Awesome. 270, and you see that 9, it looks like a D. It stands for pence. I don't know why D stands for pence. And this is a duplicate. 271, I now have 2 copies of this. Got to keep better track of these. I actually have so many comics that I picked up that I need to put into my CLZ app. CLZ is the app I use to keep track of the database, to keep track of my collections. And one of the things, and I've done a video on it, that I like about CLZ is that they allow you to have multiple collections. So when I buy a collection, it goes into a different database, really, that I can switch back and forth to on the phone really easily. So then if I want to keep some of the books out of a particular collection, which I often do, I can just highlight them and transfer them over. So here we have 285 Adventure Comics, 286 Bizarro Mixiospitalik. That's crazy. And 287 The War of the Superboys. Okay, and then there's one more 3-book lot Yeah, one more. Right. Maybe two. No, one more. Just this last one. And I put shipping tape on, packing tape on top of the painter's tape. That's all over my fingers. And there we go. Just one more piece of tape to undo. Oops. Shredded there. Okay. Put that there. The tape off my hands. And we'll go through another duplicate. This is a nicer shape, I think 270 with the Alien Mod Pa Kent. Isn't that the duplicate? Yeah. 269. I gotta keep better track of this. This is a triplicate of 271. So I'll really be able to determine which books I want to keep. So that's the mail call. And there was one other book, and this is a book that is in my top 10. And I want to. So it was an eBay auction that was mislisted by the seller, and it was apparent that the seller really didn't know comic books because they just shipped the comic, and it's a 56-year-old comic, in a mailer. It was just like a piece of cardboard. So, but they had it mislisted. They had it listed as the reprint, even though the picture was obviously the original book. And let's see what happened when I unboxed it.
We're filming this as a record of what is inside this package. The tape's covering up the tie. It's a flat package. It doesn't even say don't bend. So, fortunately, it appears to have arrived. Keyboard. Open it up and slide it out. Ah, yes. Okay.
And I said unboxed it, but I don't think unboxed is the right term. So it is this book. It's Captain Atom 83, and it's the first appearance of Blue Beetle, the Ted Kord version. Now, the one thing that's kind of crazy about these Charlton books is the issue number is so incredibly tiny. You can see it right there, 83. Okay? And if you're as old as I am, you might have difficulty seeing numbers that small. But that's what it is. So this is in mid-grade. Could use some work. The bottom staple is barely holding on, but for the value that I got it for. So the listing said Captain Atom number 83, Modern Comics 1977. The Charlton books, a lot of the books, including like Peacemaker number 1, were reprinted in the 1970s, circa 1977, and there's a big blue circle. And here's a look at, or over here. Here's a look at the Modern Comics version of that book. You see that big blue circle that says Modern Comics? That's the reprint. That does not nearly have the value of the original book. So what I did was I saw the picture and saw the listing, and it didn't jive. So I reached out to the seller and just asked, is the book in the picture the book that is available for sale? He said, yes, it is. So I felt more confident, A, that I would actually get the original book, which I did, and B, if I didn't get it, if I got the modern book, I would be able to make much better make a claim through eBay to get my money back and return the book because it wasn't what was pictured. So that worked out really well for me, and sometimes that happens. My wife often buys jewelry on eBay, and she has certain jewelry designers that she likes to collect. And sometimes people spell the names wrong, and that's a way you can find it. Because if you're looking for specifically Captain Atom 83, and if you just go quickly through and just see 1977 Modern, you're going to ignore that. But I got that. I think it was $77 all in. The book is worth more than that. I don't know if Ted Kord will appear in the Blue Beetle movie that's coming out next year. We know that movie is coming. Evidently, Sharon Stone's been cast as another Kord. Maybe they're gender swapping. Maybe they're going to do something with blue and gold. There have been rumors about that, but who knows with what's going on with Warner Brothers Discovery in DC right now. So that's it. So that gives me 4 of the 10 books that I'm looking for this year. A little bit behind schedule, but if I stick to one of my other goals, which is selling, then I'll have more available money to chase books. And if I see the right deal, it'll be easier to pounce on it. So let me know what you think. Had you set goals for the calendar year, and had you met them? Leave it down in the comments below. And take a look at a couple of other videos. I'll put here the video that started my goals for 2022. And this is Jim saying until next time, enjoy your comics.